Hello everyone, welcome back to the series of Complete Python, specifically designed for GATE Data Science and Artificial Intelligence. In this session, we will solve a GATE DA 2024 previous year question. So let me read the problem statement. Consider the following Python code, okay, some Python code is given to us and we need to find out which one of the following options A, B and C and D out of this option which is the output of the given code. So out of these four options, what is the output of the given code, this given code? Fine, okay. So in this code we can see that, okay, they define a count function over here. So the count function is going from here to here, and this statement is creating an empty dictionary. Here we are inserting an item in the dictionary, here, here and here, three items we are inserting, and then we are passing this dictionary inside this count function, and we are passing 0 also. Okay, two things we are passing in this function, one is the dictionary and after that the 0. So fine, okay, let's see first of all, after executing these three statements, how our dictionary looking like. So let me show you over here. So we inserted one element over here, so the key is 0, and the value, as a value we are inserting a list over here. So let me insert a list over here in this dictionary. The second item which we inserted over here is the key is 1, okay, and the value is a list again, that is 3, 4, 5, okay, 3, 4 and 5, fine. And the third item which we inserted is the key is 2, okay, the key is 2, and the value is again a list over here. So let me write the list also, 6, 7 and 8, fine, okay. So this is the dictionary created here in these statements, and we are passing this dictionary to the count function, and let's see what this function is doing with this dictionary and what it is returning. That should be the output. So I'm executing the code, okay. Now we pass the dictionary, this dictionary we pass it over to count function, and I value in the starting is 0, fine. So we are checking is the I which is 0 is not in the dictionary keys. So 0 is the part of the dictionary key over here, we can see that, okay. So this condition fails. The condition fail, we come over here and we set a value 1, and after setting value 1, okay, we executing a loop. One thing I can see, we are calling this function recursively, count function recursively, okay. It's better I make the recursive call over here. I show with the proper sequence over here, okay. So we calling the count function, okay, I'm writing the count function as a C only. So in this function we are passing the dictionary. So I'm not writing this complete child dictionary, I'm just writing dictionary we are passing, and I'm not writing count, I'm just writing C to save the space. We are passing 0 also, okay. We call this function initially, after that we do not go inside it because this is saying that, okay, I is not the key of this dictionary. No, 0 is the key, 0, 1 and 2 is the key of this dictionary. So this condition is failing. So we come over here, in here, okay, now we set the answer value to 1, fine, and then we are calling a loop over here, okay. Let me show you. This loop will be called for the, okay, whatever is the values at this key, the value at this key is 1 and 2. So this loop will be called for 1 and 2, and inside the loop we are updating the answer value. So right now the answer value is 1, you can see over here also. So we are just adding previous answer value and calling this count function again. So let me call this count function, I'm writing the count function only C to just save the space, and we are passing the dictionary as it is. So we are not making any more modification inside the dictionary, we are passing the dictionary, and J value we are passing over here, we can see. So J value, so we pick this I value, this J value. So initially we pass, now we pass 1 over here. So we call this count function again recursively, we call it count function again. So let me execute it once again, let me keep it executing. So I value is now 1. I value is now 1. We pass 1 here. So I value is 1. So I value is 1. Is the I is not part of child key? No. 1 is part of, you can see 1 is part of the key of this dictionary. So this condition again fail. This if condition again fail. We come over here. So we set the answer value to 1. And we going inside a loop over here, and this loop will execute for all the values present at this particular key. So the value present at 1 is 3, 4 and 5. So we will execute the loop for 3, 4 and 5, and inside this loop we are adding the value inside this with the answer. In the answer variable we are adding. So right now the answer variable is 1, and we are adding in this, we are calling a function this count again with the dictionary, and this time the j value here is 3. The first value j value is 3. We pick that and we call this function. And if we call this function again recursively over here, this time we are passing I value as 3, and let's see this condition, if condition will satisfy or not. Okay, before that let me erase little bit from here so that everything can be clear in much better way. So let me clear it. Fine. Okay, I think this will be cleared, and I'm taking my pen also back now. So let me take my pen back. Fine. This time we are passing 3 as a I value. So 3 is not the key part. Yes, 3 is not the key part. Key we have only 0, 1 and 2. So 3 is not the key part. This condition satisfies this time. So we return 1. So this function is actually, from this function, when we call this function, we are returning, we just simply return 1. So we return 1, and fine. Okay, so we return 1, and we are inside this loop. Actually we will call the other function which is for, okay, let me write c, this c function. We are passing the dictionary, and this time I value will be 4. For 4 I value we are calling this function. When we will call for 4, 4 is also not the key of the dictionary, so we will return 1 only, and then we are inside the loop still. Okay, and we will call the count function again for dictionary, and we will pass 5 this time. We will pass 5 this time, and 5 is also not the key, so this we will return 1 for this also. So we will just add 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1, 4. So we get 4 from here, and we return back to the previous function call. So here we pass the 4. Fine. Okay, after passing the 4 over here, now see we are inside this loop still. We are inside the loop. For 1 we call this function. We need to call this function for 2 also. So let me call it count function, passing the dictionary and passing 2 this time. So after passing 2, if I am passing 2 as a I value, if we are passing 2 as a I value, then this condition will fail because 2 is the key, and this condition is saying that 2 is not the key. So this condition is failing. We coming over here. Okay, I'm writing this function downside, okay, because I don't have a space over here. So let me write it over here. So see, we are calling this function see d comma 2, and when I call this function, then we set the answer value to 1. This variable is local to every function call. Okay, so and here is a loop also. This loop will execute for all the values at second key. So the values here is 6, 7 and 8. For all the values, we will add in the answer. So answer value right now is 1. So 1 plus, we will call this count function again, you can see over here, and pass the dictionary. Dictionary is not modified, but we are calling it first for 6, and when we will call it for 6, when the I value will be 6, then this if condition will satisfy, because 6 is not part of the key. We have 3 keys only in this 0, 1, 2. So this function will return, from here we will get 1. Again we will call this count function for j value 7. So count function is called for d comma 7. 7 is also not part of the key, so this will also return 1. And again we will call this count function for next value, that is 8. 8, and 8 is also not part of the key, so we will return from here itself, and this will be 1. So okay, fine, let me count it. 1, 2, 3 and 4 we will get from here, and we will return to this function. So this function is getting 4, and if we add all these value 1 plus 4, whatever we are getting, we are adding it into the answer, this variable. 4 plus 1 is 5, 5 plus 4 is 9. So we are returning total 9 to our starting function from where we start calling this function. Okay, so this will return 9 as an answer. Okay, so D must be the right answer. So D must be the right answer because this function is ultimately returning 9. So let's check out D is the right answer or not. Yes, D is the right answer. Fine, okay. That's it about this question. Stay tuned. We will meet back in the next class.